Good day, Rizalians. Welcome back to the Rizalian Quiz Bee 2025 Elimination Round, Episode 2. Once again, I'm Dennis the leader, and today, only one contestant will secure a semifinal spot. In this round, our contestants will face questions across 5 categories: mathematics, science, Philippine history, geography, and general information. Let us now meet the contestants. Our first contender for today, he is a grade 11 CSS student. He is passionate about learning and exploring technology. He is Marc 𝗥𝗶𝘇. Okay. For the second contender, we have a grade 11 CSS student again. He likes technology and strives to learn new things. He demonstrates determination both in academics and sports. He is 𝗥𝗶𝘇. Jared, how are you doing for today?
Okay.
Good. Okay. Di alatang pilit ah. Anyways, a C11A student. Ayaw na niya ng CSS, C11A na. He is passionate about technology and strives to continually expand his knowledge. He is Rosep Christian R. Galero. Hello, Rosep. Kamusta ka ngayon, Rosep? Okay naman. Okay. So, eto. Let's go and learn about our game mechanics. This is how the elimination round will work. The competition has 3 rounds: easy, average, and difficult. Each correct answer in the easy round is worth 1 point, in the average round 2 points, and in the difficult round 3 points. You have 5 seconds to answer after I read the question. And once you buzz in, you have to wait for me to acknowledge you, and you have 5 seconds to answer right after. If you fail to answer within 5 seconds, the question will be passed to another contestant. And if you answer incorrectly, the others may steal within 5 seconds as well. For all mathematics questions, you will be given a 15-second time slot to answer. Before buzzing, contestants must place their right hand on their left chest. Since this is a verbal quiz, answers must be pronounced clearly and correctly. Minor pronunciation differences may be accepted at the discretion of the quiz master. Contestants with the highest scores after all 3 rounds will move on to the semifinals round of the Rizalian Quiz Bee. All instructions are clear to the 3 of you. Are you ready? Hindi pilit? Hindi? Okay. Let's move on to the easy round. First category of the easy round is in mathematics. You can solve for this, huh? If we minus 712 from 1,500, how much do we get? Again, if we minus 712 from 1,500, how much do we get? 15 seconds to solve and answer. Okay, and yep, since nobody was able to answer in time, I'll just give you the answer. It's 788, but don't worry, this is not the only category. Makakabawi pa tayo sa mga susunod na questions. Now, you can still solve for this. Second question in the mathematics category. What is 12 multiplied by 8? 12 multiplied by 8. Okay, that's okay, the 3 of you. Since nobody was able to answer in time, okay lang yon. Madami pa tayong categories, di lang mathematics. The correct answer is 96. 96. Moving on to science category, and for questions na hindi naman kailangan mag-solve, let's put our hands, our chest. Now, first question for the science category. What's the largest organ in the human body? Jared.
Skin.
Skin is correct. Grabe. Papaldo to. Anyways, second question in the science category naman. What is the chemical formula for water? Again, what is the chemical formula for water? Hotel rin to sa Pasay. Okay, correct answer, H2O. H2O. Moving on to the third category, Philippine history. Philippine history, dito masusukat kung Pilipino ba talaga kayo. Ha? In what year did the People Power Revolution take place? Again, in what year did the People Power Revolution take place? Jared?
1986.
1986 is correct. Congratulations on that one, Jared. 2 for 2. Okay lang, bawi tayo. Moving to the second question of Philippine history. Under which president was the Build Infrastructure Program launched? Yes. Rodrigo Roa Duterte is correct. Kamusta kaya siya sa bakasyon niya? Anyways, moving on to geography. To the fourth category rather, geography. First question is, which place is both a country and a continent? Again, which place is both a country and a continent? Yes! Australia is correct. Good. Now, second question for the geography category. What is the capital of Egypt? Mga nag-8 ball pool dyan. What is the capital of Egypt? None? Correct answer is Cairo. Cairo. Now moving on to the last category of the easy round. General information. First question. Which animal is known as the king of the jungle? Jared, yes.
Lion.
Lion. Ironically, no? Wala naman lion sa jungle. But anyways, last question. Easy round again. How many days are there in a leap year? How many days are there in a leap year? Yes, Jared.
365.
It is not 365. Galero, Marc, you can. 366 is correct. Yes, this happens every 4 years. Nadadagdagan ng isang araw ang ating kalendaryo. That is February 29. Ayun. Now, we're done with the easy round. We're moving on to the average round. Marc, you can still make habol. You can still catch up. And Galero, let's see. For the first question of the mathematics round, you need to solve for this one. No need to put your hands on your chest. Find the value of y in 3y equals 21. Find the value of y in 3y equals 21. Ano kaya eh? Let's go. Kaya natin yan. Again, okay. Okay lang yan. Di ko rin kaya eh. Anyways, the correct answer is 7. 7. Second question, mathematics pa rin. What is the square root of 196? What is the square root of 196? Time is up. The correct answer is 14. 14. Yes, that's correct. Moving on to science, since hindi na natin kailangan mag-solve, let's put our hands on our chest again. First question. Who developed the theory of relativity? Again, who developed the theory of relativity? Also known as E equals mc squared. Okay, correct answer, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein. Now, moving on to the second question of science pa rin. What is the force that attracts objects toward the center of the Earth? Yes, Mark.
Gravity.
Gravity is correct. Congratulations on that point, Mark. Yan, makakahabol na siya. Philippine history naman tayo. Again. First question is, what is the name of the ship on which Ferdinand Magellan arrived at in the Philippines? Again, what is the name of the ship on which Ferdinand Magellan arrived at in the Philippines? Ano pangalan ng galyon niya? Okay, you can take a guess. Wala. That's okay. The correct answer is Trinidad. Trinidad. Second question in Philippine history. Which event in 2001 led to the ouster of President Joseph Estrada? Again, which event in 2001 led to the ouster of President Joseph Estrada? Nung napatalsik si Erap sa Malacanang. Okay. Okay lang yon. EDSA People Power 2 Revolution or EDSA 2. Nung sinumpa si Gloria. Now, moving on to the fourth category naman. Geography. First question is, which country has the most natural lakes? Again, which country has the most natural lakes? Okay, 5 seconds is up. Correct answer is Canada. Canada. Second question in geography. In the average round, which Asian country has the most volcanic islands? Again, which Asian country has the most volcanic islands? You can take a guess. Baka mamaya, kapitbahay na. Yes, Jared.
Philippines.
It is not the Philippines. Galero, Mark. Yes?
Malaysia.
It is not Malaysia. Mark?
Japan.
It is not Japan. Actually, kapitbahay lang natin, which is also known as the largest archipelago as well. Indonesia. Indonesia. Now, moving on to the last category of the average round, we have general information again. The first question for general information. What country did Adolf Hitler lead during World War II? Yes, Galero.
Germany.
Germany is correct. Now, for the last question in our general information and in whole, the average round, who led India's independence movement through non-violent protests? Who led India's independence movement through non-violent protests? Very famous then, very significant figure in world history. Okay, correct answer is Mahatma Gandhi or Mohandas Gandhi. Familiar with him? No? Okay lang. Now, moving on. Difficult round naman tayo. Again, you can take a guess kasi malay nyo, tama naman. For this one, you need to solve again. So, have your pencils on standby. For the difficult round, first question in mathematics. Simplify 5 plus 3 squared. 5 plus 3 squared. Okay. Pencils down. Correct answer is 64. 64. Now, second question for mathematics in the difficult round. You can put your hands on your chest. What is the mathematical constant representing the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. Again, what is the mathematical constant representing the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter? Okay, correct answer is pi. Pi. Now, moving on to the science category of the difficult round. What type of rock is formed from the accumulation of sediment? Again, what type of rock is formed from the accumulation of sediment? You'd be surprised kung ano yung answer. Sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock. Now, moving on. Second question of science category. Again, pwede tayong manghula. What organelle is responsible for photosynthesis in plant cells? Again, what organelle is responsible for photosynthesis in plant cells? 5 seconds. Okay, correct answer is chloroplast. Chloroplast. Now, moving on to Philippine history. First question. Who led the longest revolt in Philippine history lasting 85 years? Again, who led the longest revolt in Philippine history lasting 85 years? Okay. Correct answer is the Dagohoy Revolt, led by Francisco Dagohoy. Now, second, who was believed to be the first Filipino to circumnavigate the world? Again, who was the first Filipino to circumnavigate the world? Correct answer is Enrique of Malacca. Enrique of Malacca. Though it's debatable if he's the first Filipino, but since Philippines was part of the larger Austronesian community, di ba galing siya ng Indonesia, since it was Austronesia, he can still be counted as a Filipino in some sense. Di ba? Now, moving on to the penultimate category of the difficult round is geography. Geography. First question. What was the name of the pharaoh who built the Great Pyramids of Giza? Again, what was the name of the pharaoh who built the Great Pyramid of Giza? Okay, 5 seconds are up. It's Khufu. Khufu. Second question in the geography round is, which country has the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites? Again, which country has the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites? Malapit lang sa atin to. You can guess. You can guess.
Japan.
Yes, Galero.
Japan?
It is not Japan. Close. Sige, still, let's go. It's better to say something than nothing at all. Sige. Wala? Okay. Correct answer is China. China. Now moving on to the last category of the difficult round and the last category of our second episode. General information again. First question. Who was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth II surpassed her? Again, who was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth II surpassed her? Madaming napangalan sa kanya. an era, architecture styles, food. You can guess. Okay, 5 seconds are up. Correct answer is Queen Victoria of the Victorian period. Now, to the last question. What organization was established to promote world trade? Again, what organization was established to promote world trade? Let's guess. Okay. Correct answer is the World Trade Organization. The World Trade Organization. And that concludes the questions for our episode 2. Give yourselves a round of applause for still trying. On the spot kayong nasabak. And yeah, our tabulators have finalized the score. And before we announce who the winner is for this episode, may I request the three of you to please go in front of your podiums. And yes, the contestant advancing to the semifinals is Galero. Congratulations, Galero. Palakpakan ang iyong sarili. And may I request the project managers of the Rizalian Quiz Bee to please present the certificates of participation to our participants. Okay. And let's go back to our spots muna. As we conclude the second episode of the Rizalian Quiz Bee, once again, I'm Dennis Dalida Jr., your quizmaster for the Rizalian Quiz Bee 2025, and see you on the next episode. Again, let's give yourselves a round of applause.